Ede South, Egbedore, and Ejigbo Federal Constituency of Osun State. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this debate as to the motion as ably moved by my minority leader. Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, I want to use this opportunity to commiserate with the victims of the invasion that happened yesterday. I had the privilege of accompanying Mr. Speaker to see the gentleman officer who was wounded right in the clinic there, and it was really, really heart-rending. Later in the day, I also had the opportunity of watching on television the kind of mayhem that was unleashed on innocent Nigerians whose vehicles were burned, smashed, who were also battered by these protesters. I want to commiserate with everyone who was a victim of this invasion, and I want to pray that the Almighty God will heal them and restore their loss. Number two, Mr. Speaker, I also want to use the opportunity to commend members of the security personnel, especially the police, for putting up that very brave resistance. It took a lot of courage on their part to be able to push back those invaders from the premises of the National Assembly. And so I want to commend the security forces and all the personnel, including the Sergeant at Arms Department of the National Assembly. Number three, Mr. Speaker, and this is the crux of the matter, I want to align my views to that of Honorable Luke from Akwa Ibom, my respected honorable on that side of the aisle who contributed earlier on, and of course the last speaker, on the need for us to be very futuristic and address the root cause of this brewing insurgency, if I may say. I'm not a Shiite, but I have a little understanding of what the Shiite movement is all about. A few years ago, when the recent crisis started and the military unleashed terrible, unimaginable violence on unarmed citizens, killing hundreds of them somewhere around Kaduna State, I was not a member of the National Assembly. And I went on my social media handle to cry for Nigeria. I never knew the day will come when I will come here, and I will also be a likely victim of those who are protesting against that act of violence on innocent Nigerians. Now, the man El Zakzaki, who is in detention, whose freedom they are asking for, with what we have in the public space, is being held against several pronouncements of competent court of jurisdiction in Nigeria. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I want to urge the federal government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and to please dispassionately look into the matter of this leader of a religious group and allow the rule of law to take its course, while not condoning any act. Be more proactive so that the problem we have on hand with the Boko Haram is not replicated with the Shiite movement. The trend we saw yesterday is a negative advancement to the trend that we had been seeing in their conduct in the protests before now. And we should not limit any action we're going to take to guaranteeing the safety and security of the National Assembly. Of course, that's very important. But we should also go a step further to ensure that we interface with necessary authorities in order to ensure that the root cause of the protest, which is getting more and more violent, is addressed once and for all. Mr. Speaker, the security of life and property is a fundamental duty of any government. If we are able to secure the National Assembly, what happens to those who are in Garki Market? What happens to the man and woman in Banex? If we are able to push them back from here, how do we ensure that there is no continuance of this threat to the peace, order, and security of the Federal Capital Territory, and of course, of every other part of Nigeria? I think this should form part of whatever measure we're going to take in the implementation of this very wonderful motion moved by the minority leader. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.